A really entertaining game overall from both teams. But the Raptors come out on the losing end of the 120-118 loss to the Boston Celtics at TD Garden. Coming into play today, we talked about it in the last video. We're like, well, you got Boston in Boston. It's not great. But after Boston and Detroit went to overtime yesterday and they didn't have Jason Tatum today, they didn't have Al Horford today, they didn't have Kristaps Porzingis today, you thought, well, maybe. But in the first quarter, the Raptors do what they've done a lot this season and fall down and die. Minus 15 in the first quarter, 35-20. You can't make any shots. It's an ugly, ugly start for the Toronto Raptors. But the rest of the game, they figured it out. 33-33 in the second quarter, but you're still down 15 at the break. And in the third quarter, 33-31, and you're still down 13 heading into the fourth. But you know what? And I talked about it, I don't know if it was the last video or 2 games ago. But I said, no, the way I'm looking at this Raptors season is Scottie Barnes. Because if you're looking at it for anything else, like trying to get wins and get into a playoff spot, you're gonna hurt. You're gonna be in pain all year long. You just are. With the Raptors lost tonight, they're 12-19. It's not good. It really isn't. So I'm enjoying Scottie Barnes, and I noticed something. Can't remember if it was in the second quarter or the third quarter, where Pascal Siakam fires a pass, gets picked off by Patty Mills. No, Derek White. Why did I say Patty Mills? Anyways, it was picked off by Derek White, and you see Pascal's reaction. He's like, oh my God, why? Like, why? What happened there? And Derek White goes down, slams it home, and Scottie is right under the bucket. Gets the ball, gives it to the ref, inbounds it, and he's up the floor, gets the ball back, drives into the lane, kicks OG in the corner for a 3, and drills it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, you're down double digits for most of this game, and he is playing with that sort of intensity of, hey, let's get the next play. You absolutely love to see it. And then, to start the fourth quarter, the Raptors defensively lock it down, and then they start making shots, and before you know it, it's like a one-possession game, and we're like, what just happened here? They come out flying in the fourth, and then it slows down, and it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth for the majority of the fourth quarter. Scottie Barnes then hits a big-time 3 with under a minute to play, and then down 2, Dennis Schroeder at the line with a chance to make 2 free throws and tie it. He's an 86% free throw shooter this season. Botches the first one. And you're like, yep, that sounds about right. But then Scottie Barnes has a chance to tie this game with a layup at the rim, and he misses it. It hurts, I know, to watch that moment for Scottie and for him not to get that. It sucks. But what a game he put together. The Raptors lose at 120-118. They win the fourth quarter 32-21. But the problem is you continue to put yourself in double-digit deficits. That is now 11 of the last 12 games the Raptors have been down by at least 10. It's just not good. You can't keep doing that. I mean, evidently so. You're 12-19. You can't keep doing that. Especially against good teams like the Celtics when they're at home. Yes, they didn't have their main guys, but you made this big comeback, but it's the fake comebacks, right? And it leads to a loss. But I will try and spin positives because otherwise I will go insane. Pascal Siakam had a really good first half of this game. When this team was dead, down and out, had nothing going for them, he dropped 22 first half points. He was really good. However, in the second half, he only had 5. He ended up 27, 5 and 5 on the game. 10 of 18 shooting, 5 of 8 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from distance, had a couple steals in the game. He did a fine job in this basketball game. The Raptors shot 39% from 3, 46% from the field, and you're thinking, well, that's pretty good. Well, the reason, like we talked about it earlier on in the season, there are different ways this team has lost this year. It's the inability to make free throws. It's when they forget how to make a 3 and they make like 5 or 6 in a game. And it's when they get turnover happy and it's just they're horrible in transition defense that game. Well, today was the free throw shooting night. 13 for 20. You miss 7 free throws. You're 65%. You make a couple of those, totally different ball game, right? You even shoot 75 or 80%, you might win this game. It's a fine line. You got to make your freebies, and the Raptors all year long have not. But let's get back to the player stats. OG Anunoby, 12 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, only took 8 shots in the game, was 2 of 4 from 3, had a couple steals. Pascal was a +8, OG a +4, Yak only plays 22 minutes again. This dude barely playing. Had a double-double, though, 12, 8, and 3. However, he was getting absolutely cooked by Luke Cornett, who had 28 and 3. They're like, no Chris Stapps, no Al Horford. This guy hasn't played since my birthday, December 12th. Don't worry about it. He'll go out there and go 28 and 3 and shoot 9 of 11 from the field. It's just wild. And yeah, I got a double-double. He was a -9 on the floor. And then Scottie B. Because that's what everybody wants to talk about. I don't like disregarding that missed layup. 30, 10, and 5 for Scottie B. 10 of 24 from the field. So yeah, a little low. What's that percentage? Just under 42%. But again, I think at the half he was like 35%. So again, this is all in the second half when they mounted this comeback. 30, 10, and 5. 10 of 24 from the field. 3 of 4 from the line. 7 of 15 from 3. He made 7 threes, albeit he took 15. But he was 7 of 15 from 3, which is 46% from distance. He made a career-high 7 threes. And only 2 Raptors this year have made more than 6. It is now Scottie Barnes and OG Anunoby. We are watching Scottie, and by the way, he had 3 blocks in the game as well, and a steal, because only 2 turnovers. Like, how much he had the ball, played 38 minutes. Fantastic. Another great Scottie night. Hit a big 3 in a big moment. Yeah, the layup sucks, but at this point in the season, when your team is 12 and 19, you got to grab the positives out of a young guy really taking that next step. And bench scoring-wise, Gary got the start and couldn't make a shot to save his life. 2 of 10 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. It was a -10 while he was on the floor. And you finally got some bench scoring. A lot of Raptor fans, including myself, have been preaching about Dennis Schroeder coming off the bench because watching him try to lead the starting unit offensively was just so painful. And in back-to-back games now, he's looked really good as a guy coming off the bench, as basically your 6th man. 15 points today, 9 assists in the game. I think he had 10 or 11 in the last game as well. 2 rebounds, shot 6 of 12 from the field, 1 of 2 from the line, 2 of 5 from 3, had a block in the game, was a +2. The one thing I really didn't like was him and Jalen McDaniels, for some reason, playing this, I'm going to drive and kick to you twice. Late in the fourth quarter, when you have Scottie and Pascal on the floor and OG on the floor, I'm like, I don't really know if I want these guys playing. And it ended up being an air ball 3 from Jalen McDaniels. Meanwhile, Scottie, Pascal, and OG never touched the ball once in that possession. And I'm just like, God, that's not what you want to be doing there. But overall, both guys scoring double figures. Finally, Jalen McDaniels makes a little bit of an impact. Plays 14 minutes, closed the game out on the court. 13 points, 5 of 10 shooting, was 2 of 7 from 3. Had a steal in the ball game, was a +8 on the floor. Good stuff. I mean, really, really, really good stuff. The rest of the bench didn't do squat for you, though. Otto was a -5. Boucher a -5. Your next top scorer was Boucher with 3. Like, Otto didn't score anything in 8 minutes. Malachi played 5, nothing. Precious only played 2 minutes. Seemed like he's out of the rotation. He took 1 shot and missed it. You're getting nothing else. But to see Jalen McDaniels and Dennis Schroeder do a good job today, I guess it's a positive sign. But overall, you lose. And the Raptors now fall, like I've said quite a few times, 12 and 19 now on the season. Now, tomorrow night is the one that every Raptor fan has had circled on their calendar for quite a while now. On the second night of a back-to-back, you go to Detroit to take on the 2-29 Pistons, who have lost a record 28 consecutive games. And the Raptors got to go there tomorrow. As a Toronto sports fan, well, I'll be real, we're crapping ourselves. I'm just going to be honest. Even the people who want to tank and want the draft pick and all that stuff, you're still crapping your pants. So we'll see how that goes tomorrow night at 6 o'clock tip-off in Detroit in the Motor City. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and Scottie Barnes today, Scottie and Pascal, sure, let's put it there. Hit the like button, I do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button, you guys not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game. Would you like, would you not like from today's game for the Toronto Raptors? Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys Of course, I'll be here very shortly as the Leafs lost in overtime to Columbus. We'll quickly break that thing down. And as for the Raptors, they're back in action tomorrow night. Actually, both teams play tomorrow night as well. I get a break, and then I just get pummeled here. As the Raptors go to the Motor City to take on the Detroit Pistons at 6 o'clock. We'll see how that goes.